Welcome back to the Bearded Garage. Today we're going to attempt to do a transmission oil change in a 1997 Porsche 993. This one's a little bit different than a normal transmission oil change, because normally this is in the car. So now we can actually get up close and see what we have to look at here. So the fill plug on this is here. All right, the drain plug is right underneath. So all we're going to do is start by loosening the fill plug and draining that into our handy dandy Max Jack oil drain or oil container, and we'll see. Hopefully this will go nice and easy. Here we go. I'm going to pull that hydraulic table out of the way and take my 10 millimeter Allen here. Hopefully breaking this guy loose. It should not be very hard. It's only supposed to be on there at 22 foot-pounds. It appears it's not. Let's try this one more time with a little bit more muscle. There you go. There you go. All right, a quick tip. When you're doing this in the car, the reason you actually start with the fill plug first is because if you only get the drain plug out and you can't get the fill plug out, what happens is you have all your transmission oil out and you can't go anywhere. So always start with this one first and then follow up with the drain. Now, all right, smells like transmission fluid. All we're gonna do for this bad boy is clean her up. That is the fill hole we'll be using to put the oil right back in. So now we're gonna try the bottom one, hoping it'll be a little bit easier. Also, a 10 mil Allen. Now that one was substantially easier. All right, readjusted the camera here. I think you might be able to see. Hopefully there's a bunch of oil in here. Yes, there is. One of the cool things you can actually see is it looks like there's a magnet here on the top of it, collecting all the shavings and crapola from inside, so pretty cool. All right, so here is the drain plug. Here's the drain plug for the transmission. You can see this all here is a magnet and filings. There you go, magnet and filings, so you can see that. Very interesting. So just clean all this up and put it all back together. All right, the next step to the transmission job is now we got to put the transmission fluid right back in. What we're going to be using for this is a Swepco 75W90. 75W90 is what's called for in here. And from the local Porsche guys, they tell me Swepco is the best crap you can find. So first thing I did is I went and I cleaned these. I'm making sure this is the fill plug and the drain plug. Drain plug is the one with the magnet. We're gonna screw that in. I actually let this drain for a couple days now. Totally not necessary, but frankly I can't find Swepco around here, so I had to wait. So now all I'm doing is I'm just putting this back together. You can see it's nice and clean as it goes in. Don't forget the washer. All right. Then we're gonna torque this bad boy down to 20, I think it's 22 foot-pounds. Yeah, okay. Then we're gonna fill it through the side hole. And we're gonna do that with this pump. It's a transfer pump. Frankly, it's I think a $7 pump at Harbor Freight. If you're part of the Inside Track Club, it's $5. So you don't want to reuse these things. If you ever open them, you can't return them. Reusing them, like trying to do it with oil and then transmission oil or brake fluid, frankly, it's just a heck of a lot easier. Just buy another one for $5. So to me, it's kind of it's a disposable item. I buy a couple at a time when they go on sale. All right, here we go. All right, I just verified both the drain plug and the fill plug are both 22 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna just give that a little bit. 22 is actually really low for a bar this big. So, all right, we got her on there. All right, we got a couple quick tips for this job. We're gonna be filling it through here. Transfer pump is really easy to use. It has an in and an out. I will give you one of the tips you'll find. How do you know when it's full? Well, when you fill it through here, it'll flow out the side when you have enough in there. Next thing is Harbor Freight always seems to kink these. So I actually just take some flush cutters and I actually cut those right off. All the other accessories are just garbage. So I put the in the transmission oil, I put the out in the transmission, and I just pump it away. So hopefully this will work like I'm expecting. We're gonna make sure we get all the way down here. It is 3.8 quarts we need in here. So hopefully this will start going. I'm doing it over top of my oil drain, just because in case it leaks, I like to make sure that I'm not leaking all over the floor. There you can hear it's finally stuck, and kind of a pain in the ass with one hand, but make sure you can see. There we go, baby. She's all flowing in now. All right, so this is gonna take a little longer, so I'm gonna leave it here and pump with two hands.
What you don't want is this coming up out of the liquid. You want to suck it out. Oh no! Alright. Well, that's a pain in the arse. Good thing I caught it. I need two hands.
All right, now she's full. It takes about 3.8 quarts. I can tell you, when you're doing it underneath the car, it's actually kind of a pain because you just keep pumping until it comes flying out. But all right, now I got the light on. Can you see the fluid level right there? So you can see it right up on the threads. There you go. There are a few things as we're cleaning this up. One, you may have noticed in the time-lapse piece there, I actually cut the top off of this. But these tubes are actually they're so flexible. They wind up curling up underneath themselves, and they just let in too much air. So you can hold it right down at the bottom of the bucket if you can actually see it. These are actually really flimsy, so easy to cut into. And frankly, this size is a lot easier than doing it out of a whole bunch of quart bottles. So, and yes, I did say that these are replaceable. However, I have another transmission with the exact same oil that I have to put in. That's actually in the 95 Carrera. I'll be doing that later. So I'm just gonna write it on there and throw it in a drawer for a couple of months, and I'll use it later. So that is about it. And I mentioned I'd put another couple ounces in. The way this is mounted here, I actually can tip it up a little bit, and I'll just pour that in just because I can. So I know it's right at the top. It's right at the line where I need it. So that is it. We'll torque this down, and then I think we're done. All right, last but not least, I'll put this bad boy in place. That's it. All right, well, thanks a lot for that. This has been a quick episode of the Bearded Garage. Thanks for tuning in. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. America. Thanks a lot.